Willingness to pay, part of our week 1 lessons for our introductory class. In this video, we're going to talk about the concept of willingness to pay, why it's important, and how you can and probably do already use it in your daily life. Why do we buy things? There are really 3 emotions that I associate with buying things, and they are happiness. We buy things to make us happy, like a gift for a friend. We buy a gift for a friend to make us happy. That's not the only reason we buy gifts for friends, but that could be one reason. Sometimes we buy things to make us satisfied. We're hungry, so we buy some food, and that will satisfy our need for food. And sometimes we buy things for relief. Sometimes we have a headache, so we'll buy some aspirin to get relief from pain. And so happy, satisfied, and relieved are really the 3 main emotions that I associate with why we buy things. As economists, we want to talk about these feelings, but it's hard to quantify things like happiness, satisfaction, and relief. So how do we address these things that are so fundamental to consumers' behavior? We do it by using a proxy. And a proxy is a substitute for the actual thing we want to measure. So we can't measure happiness. We don't have an idea of happiness units or happiness levels or the logarithm of happiness. So instead we'll use this proxy. And the proxy we use is a person's willingness to pay for the items that provoke these emotions. And that's the proxy that we use to figure this stuff out. So the definition of willingness to pay is how much you would pay to purchase an item. It doesn't have to be you, obviously. It could be anyone, how much anyone would pay to purchase an item. For example, how much would you pay to spend a socially distant hour with friends? Now, the idea is how much would you pay some mythical person to associate with friends? Obviously, you pay your friends 0, at least I hope you pay your friends 0, but you can still ask yourself, how much would you be willing to pay for the privilege of hanging out with your friends? So the important thing with this example is that willingness to pay often has nothing to do with the actual price or actual cost of the thing or the experience that you're trying to buy. Here's a second example. How much would you be willing to pay for a pair of these sneakers? Once you have a willingness to pay, once you have the willingness to pay fixed in your head, you can use this to make purchasing decisions. And to be fair, you probably already have done this. Maybe, though, it's just been on a subconscious level. Once you've determined your willingness to pay, you can compare your willingness to pay to the actual price. And in this case, for the sneakers, it's $480 plus tax. So let's think about 2 different possibilities with what you thought of for your willingness to pay. Imagine that your willingness to pay for these sneakers was $600. Then if that's true, then buying these sneakers would result in a benefit for you. So you were willing to pay $600, they're actually $480, so you receive a benefit from buying these sneakers. We can't say that you would definitely buy them, but we can say that you would receive a benefit if you did buy them. Imagine, though, that your willingness to pay for the sneakers was $60. If your willingness to pay for the sneakers is $60, then buying these sneakers would not result in a benefit for you. And I can't say that you definitely wouldn't buy them, but it's very, very likely that you would not buy these sneakers if your willingness to pay was $60. So willingness to pay is how much you would pay for an item. And if you think about willingness to pay and fix it in your head, if your willingness to pay is greater than your price, you would realize a benefit from buying this item. Thank you.